Yeah, there is only one way that is in that server, but oh god, there is just so much riding on this because right now for Fearless Cheetahs, this is a very important match. If, for example, Na'Vi within this particular group was still to make a slip up, there is still room for you. And if you win this matchup, but if you lose and you have 2 losses, I am not sure if a team of 2 losses can still make it in the end. So a lot is riding on this for them.
It is, and EU is so cutthroat this season as well that a single loss really will be the difference maker in momentum across the season and whether you secure yourself a place playing at DreamHack Dallas. But I think we're about to get our pistol round underway, and it's a really interesting one because the CTs are sort of all hovering in mid here, and that A site is free for the taking. They've started to rush some people over, but might be a little bit too late.
I love how they hear that 1B player, see that smoke, and immediately smell that it's gonna be a fake. The complete rotation in towards Donut, the cavalry arrives, and a bomb is retreating a little bit, but with how the Team Spirit players are just falling one by one, this is looking like a very solid round here for Fearless Cheetahs.
It is, but that bomb still securely on Jammy's back. They have already sent Vilga over to investigate as well. And as you can see, spreading into mid, trying to slowly enclose her and make sure this bomb doesn't go down. Jammy still has a little bit of a window of opportunity here, but it's definitely not going to be easy, that's for sure. Spots the jiggle as well. Fires off the shot. Takes a little while to get the kill, but will manage to confirm it. And that'll be a bomb plant as well, a little bit more than maybe we were expecting.
Oh, struggling. Oh, hopes that maybe with the molly can buy a little bit of time, but at that right moment, we already have CTs swarming the site. So damage kept at a minimum, which is really nice to see, but having a bomb plant in the pocket for Team Spirit was very much a must to make this next round work.
Absolutely. Getting that bomb down means absolutely everything, because that will award them a little bit more room to work with here. Of course, with not being able to get many kills, the money's still not going to be necessarily amazing, but they've got enough if they wanted to try pull something flashy. We are seeing a match pause, which I'm assuming we've maybe got a couple of technical difficulties. So just means that we get to chat for a little bit longer. And Ancient's an interesting map, I think, here. Because it was a map that Spirit were banning very heavily at the start of the season and through the Cash Cups, and then just decided one day to switch up and play it a bunch. They've got really good results on it. They've only lost one of the officials that they've played on it, and that was in the Trader FE Masters to Athena, who have also been killing it recently. On the side of Fearless Cheetahs, Ancient, something that they don't particularly play, nor do they particularly ban it either, I guess. Something that they end up just playing on the whole. They picked it a couple of times. Varying success. They won against Nemesis. They lost against Guild and Na'Vi Javelins. But in all fairness, losing to Na'Vi Javelins feels like something that we say for most teams that come up against them.
Very true. Yeah.
So it's an interesting... Vertigo being a decider, though, quickly. It's a map that Fearless Cheetahs have played quite a bit. And have actively picked it at times as well. It's a map that Spirit like to ban. So I'm surprised that got through.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Usually it's sort of Spirit's second ban, so I was quite curious to see if they were going to pick, and especially with the track record that Fearless Cheetahs has on it right now within this season, and also just has had in the past. We've seen them countless of times on Vertigo, back on the Nine Pandas banner. And sure, teams change, but we do know that they're very strong on it. So curious to see that it did slip through. But, you know, the 2 times that Spirit has played it in the past couple months, they did win them. So maybe the confidence is high, even with the lesser amount of officials.
True. It's an interesting one because it very much felt like the overlap in the Cash Cups that these two teams have played has been completely polar opposite. They very much feel like two sides of the same magnet, that if one of them's playing, the other one just chooses not to. So Spirit were playing quite heavily at the beginning of the year, Cash Cup 1 and 2, and then it was Fearless Cheetahs that kind of took over and started playing at the later Cash Cups as well. I don't think either of them played in the most recent one, number 6, that, was it last week? Must have been last week that they were playing. Week before, maybe? Very, very recent. I'll say that. Since the ESL Impact season has started.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. it's a very, very fascinating veto. I mean, if we end up having a 2-0 either way, hopefully we get to talk to these players because I am very curious to see where it's coming from. But yeah, then again, with on the side of, for example, Phyllis Cheetahs as well, you know, still relatively new formed roster. You know, you do have a core that has played together for a long time, but you got a new IGL as well. So maybe that brings along, a bit of a new veto strat.
It's definitely an interesting one because we've seen some of these teams switch up what they've been banning just out of the blue. And I said earlier that their map pools are really Spirits especially is quite weird because at the start of the season they were heavily banning Ancient, and then they were also sort of heavily banning Nuke for a while, but then they started playing it again recently. And then Vertigo was a map that they liked to ban a lot. And then they had a stint where they were banning Anubis. And the maps that they choose to pick as well, you know, they played a little bit of everything. I think the only map that we haven't seen Spirit female play recently has been Nuke. Everything else they've been willing to give a fair crack at. And then for Phyllis Cheetahs, it's very much the same story. Like, across the recent women's events that we've seen them play, they picked Ancient twice, and they also picked a Vertigo, and then they picked an Anubis, and then they floated every other map in the map pool. They've only not played... It's weird. Both of these teams ban and play weird things. And I like that. I like that, actually, because it keeps us guessing, and also... I think it's quite interesting when we see Vertigo as a decider, because I feel like it's a map that is very much like Marmite. You love it or you hate it. And I don't know which side you stand on this. And I
like Vertigo. I didn't like it as much in the beginning, I will have to admit. But I am definitely like a recent, especially in CS2.
You've converted.
But yeah, I've been a Vertigo enjoyer now. Yeah, or turned into one.
What
yeah,
happened
I've
to you?
converted myself.
You think you know a person and then they come up with a statement like, actually, I really like Vertigo. And then you question your whole worldview. What happened?
I'm very sorry.
You're okay. It's got to be a bit like yin and yang, you know? You know, we got to have one of us likes Vertigo,
True.
one of us hates it.
Wait, on the flip side, you know? what is your opinion on Nuke?
Oh, I love Nuke. Absolutely
okay, good.
love Nuke.
Okay.
Nuke's my favourite map.
Okay, great, because I reckon out of the active map pool, that's probably my fave too.
Okay, that's good. Okay. We've got some common ground. I can't you know, abandon you on a street corner at the end of this. Peace has been made. A balance has been struck that we can all agree that Nuke is a pretty good map. Hopefully. I feel like Twitch chat might have something to say about that one. But I thought we were good for a second. We're back on a match pause. We could keep talking about it. That was one that I had the other day. Was I took a little trip over to North America. I spoke to some of the Impact teams as well. And we were talking about the differences in callouts on certain maps.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So Nuke is a really horrific one for different callouts. So what do you call the giant tower that's outside? The giant white tower.
Silo?
So you call it silo as well. Some people call it marshmallow. I've heard people, North Americans call it Twinkie. I've heard people call it Twinkie.
North
and
Americans...
I refuse to believe that's real.
No, I believe that it's not real.
Oh wow, what a round. The Tech-9's coming out swinging. And look at that, get the opening pick as well, and they've spotted a bunch of them. Smoke to come out, HE grenades are looking pretty nice. It's a lot of damage done. But that bomb already down and ticking.
Oh, gotta love the fast-paced aggression team spirit here. Actually did not quite go for a force buy, which we often see after getting that bomb plant down. But going for a half buy and feeling incredibly confident while we're at it. Oh, we have a player sitting anti-flash, not quite getting the worth of it, but still it's a 3-on-3. The bomb ticking relatively low, and the pressure certainly is on a lot of these CTs taking hit after it. And now Chrissy is down to 1 HP. There's nothing she can do. There's no kit on her either.
Oh, it's tragic. The bomb radius taking another life, taking names already. What a round. That was insane.
Holy
the Tech-9 rush here. I don't think they were expecting to be quite, you know, full frontal assaulted like that. That was an impressive run into sight. And then just holding sight.
yeah, you would expect that after a bomb plan, you know, most teams just instantly invest into 8Ks or at least SMGs.
Play a bit structured, yeah.
And now it was like, no, we're going to play this out as if it's sort of like an eco-ish round and play completely in an opposite fashion as you were expecting us to do.
Talking of ecos, it's going to be a miserable buy here for Fearless Cheetahs. Just the economy gets so badly ruined off the back of losing that conversion round as a CT. It does hurt to watch. Ooh, Vilga spots, but is taken down by Jammy there. We talked about the battle of the IGLs going their way, but cornered and pincered there in mid. Tati going for a little bit more, not going to find anything, and Sue going to be caught between a rock and a hard place there. Just Chrissy left. Ooh. Ooh, what a shot there. Was going to be spotted from the ramp either way, but managing to scoop up that AK, done a lot of damage already, of course, this round. So far from being able to be contended for, but I'd say done enough of a job to be slightly satisfied in that round.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if these teams can even go for a hunt. Maybe one will come across it over towards middle, but I don't think there's enough time. So, Cressy at least will get an AK out of this, but the money is still going to be extremely dire for Fearless Cheetahs. So, it will have to be in Hero AK. Question is, who will get it?
Ooh. You know what I think they should do is they should just throw it up in the air and then whoever catches it gets to keep it, you know? Which makes it a little unfair on the spawns, but also, you know, there's only one weapon. It's an unfair round. You know,
First come, first serve. Well, it looks to be Cressy found it. Cressy gets to keep it. It's
the rule.
Exactly. B play here. Now the bomb is sort of lurking outside B towards the spawn, but it's more of a default here. The Team Spirit is pulling out of the bag for this one, taking it slow. Make sure you're maybe not going to get counter rushed, knowing that Fearless Cheetahs have a very dire economy still. And you know that the AK is probably into play, so making sure to clear out the map cleanly. Oh, I think Foot has been spotted. Or maybe not. Oh no, she's not clearing the angle. And that is immediately 2 kills right off the bat. Tawiru finds another. And yeah, well, AK, maybe Vilga's hoping to pick it back up. But at the same time, she's getting tagged in the process. We'll be hoping for a kill. Stuck in between 2 players. We'll find one. Knows that there's a second one around the corner as well. And of course, yeah, Team Spirit gonna immediately go for the bomb plat. And make sure that AK is not being kept.
As far as eco rounds go, fairly decent there. You would have liked to see more from the AK because we thought that she'd spotted her, but of course hadn't quite. So doesn't quite get the kill there. Isn't clearing the angle, and if it was, they do manage to retrieve that AK and get a kill off the back of it, but 2 not amazing. They finally have a buy here, and we've already got the AWPs coming out, and we've got 1 on each side as well. Almost poetic here. We're going to see Victoria posted up mid, smoked off there, but just going to bide their time. Lovely nade there, though. So much damage done. And a kill off the back of it from Vilga. Spam through the woods, going to get second. And still ready to hold this angle, going for a little bit more.
Yeah, this is massive. It's only now and within the round that Team Spirit is slowly taking mid control. So by the time, you know, Vilga was pushing, there was no one to give an answer right back. So Team Spirit is 1 or maybe even 2 steps behind now.
2 steps and certainly 2 players behind here, and I'm not quite sure what they want to do because they know that this B bomb site is heavily defended and by Vilga no less, who has been hitting these shots. They're going to regroup, and I think they're still going to choose to hit B together here. Tati going to have to be careful not to be caught with utility out. Manages to jump behind, takes a lot of damage, but gets the smoke down. Jammy going to find a kill. Vilga to trade, however, taken down immediately in response, and that bomb going to be planted. I'd say that spam through the wood. Another kill through surface now. Bomb will go down. It's just Averona left.
Does have a very good smoke for that cross, but a player already waiting around the corner, but no. She is expecting that, and now 2 more left. She hears the footsteps, lines them up. No way! 10 HP left in the bank, but she gets all 3 of them.
We were on round number 5, and we've already had a play it like that. Team Spirit coming in, all guns are blazing. What a clutch there. Because I was so worried when they went back into excavation there. You know, it could so easily have been the pick to end the round. But they line up. They're not able to get the kill and just holds down the trigger. And the bullets all hit their mark. What a play. And that's the confidence boost. Like, timeout being called, I like that. Because after a clutch like that, the nerves have got to be... You got to be shaking at that point.
Yeah, and partially it could be also to talk about that early round. Yeah, the early round, maybe not the greatest. I mean, Vilga, she definitely was having a pop-up moment right there. But this clutch is what kept Team Spirit alive. And which kept their streak going here as well. Team Spirit, right off the bat, off to a strong start here on that T side.
And yeah, the economy... Such a mess here. Victoria decided to go with the scout there, wanting to have that scope, that little bit of extra range as well. Ooh, has the perfect angle and does get a tag, not able to confirm the kill, however. But it's a little bit of information that there's at least some heavy mid presence. Team Spirit not getting ahead of themselves, playing this nice and collected, systematically clearing their way through the map. They take mid control. They're actually just going to back away. And I'm going to head over towards this B site, which, you know, as we can see with the foresight we have with X-Ray and the mini-map is completely empty. As they, I don't want to say cower over on the A site, but they've stacked over towards there. Once this bomb goes down, I have a feeling it is going to be all over this round.
I'm a big fan of the core to take mid in this particular round. Not only, you know, previous round, they struggled a bit more with taking that mid control, but now knowing that Village Cheetahs has a bit more of a limited economy to work with for this particular round, that sort of limits their potential to hold back rounds on mid. So immediately going to take the opportunity, punish them for it, and, well, you know, a missed smoke, it happens to the best of us.
No. I'm gonna correct you here. I don't think that's a missed smoke. Villas, I'm on level with you. I think it's a distraction. I think it's just, you know, you want to come for this retake? Well, have a look at this smoke instead, you know? It'll be that one thing in the corner there, because you're always going to glance. You see a smoke like that off the corner of your eye, you're going to glance and wonder what on earth went wrong there. I think this is psychological warfare at its finest.
just in case any of the CTs were there, probably was the way to go. But look at this. Team Spirit now having a clean round on the back of that amazing clutch, continuing their streak, continuing to build up money. This is really now the time for Village Cheetahs to come back with an answer, because Team Spirit, otherwise they're just going to be saying it all here.
They are, and on their T side no less, they've already got a nice number of rounds. I feel like if we'd been a little bit close to the half, everyone would have gone, yeah, you know, 7-5 half, that'll good, Team Spirit will take it. The fact that we are only 6 rounds in and they've already got 5 is a very promising sign for them, and a little bit of a worrying prospect here for Village Cheetahs, but still plenty of time to turn it around here. But they have already pretty much cemented themselves in this map number 1. Lovely flashbang there, but actually going to backfire maybe a little bit, as it's Averona going to be the one that falls.
Yeah, Tamori being a bit hesitant there to back up Averona, so it ended up being sort of a solo fight. Now, Jamie has found a lovely kill in return. And immediately going to continue doing damage. A lovely nade on top of that. And sure, advantage still remains here for Village Cheetahs. Still got the defenses up. But Team Spirit very tempted to see what they can do with 3 players still remaining.
Some of these players are distinctly hobbling, however, albeit against the likes of the AKs with their one-tap potential and the AWP, maybe not necessarily the most worrying factor. But it's still, you know, it's about applying the pressure, however. They've still got the players alive to apply this map control and pressure. Actually, Team Spirit just going to have a little wander through spawn, have a little dip of their toes in the water. As they head over towards, well, potentially mid. overall towards that A site.
It's spotted. Oh, but an immediate trade is there. But look at the time. It's only 15 seconds left. And the pressure's on. The CTs are already so ready to take on this fight. Positioned well, and sure, there's a trade. But the numbers are not lying. And this time around, fearless Cheetahs, they bounce back.
They do indeed. That was an important one for them to win. And they keep it pretty clean as well, keeping hold of a lot of those weapons. Lovely opening pick there from mid there as well. I got a little bit concerned when Jamie got that really nice kill. Could have turned the tides a little bit. But they kept the numbers on their side throughout the entire round. And they will have a second round on the board because of that. But they will not be allowed any breathing room. As we saw, Team Spirit, every time they got a nice clean round, they got ecos off the back of it. They will not be awarded the same luxury here because Team Spirit, they've built up that economy in the background and, you know, potentially good for another round after this, even if Fearless Cheetahs can take another. So it's going to have to be 2 back-to-back gun rounds for Fearless Cheetahs here.
Fearless Cheetahs keeps doing that same thing as well over towards Speedway, so they continue to have a very heavy approach on that part of the map. But at the moment, Team Spirit is taking a very good approach with being patient and maybe go for a bit of a later peak. Only problem now is that the flash is really good. So damage definitely heavily in favor as in favor of Fearless Cheetahs here.
Look how much utility they've managed to draw out, Team Spirit. They're still sat very pretty. A lot of flashbangs, smokes, and Molotovs. Whereas Fearless Cheetahs, they've got a couple of flashes, but they don't have anywhere near the same amount of utility to keep defending this, as well as potentially go for a post plant later in the round as well. So Team Spirit, maybe not the most explosive start here, but got themselves set up for sort of playing this out for the long run.
And Moira wins that fight, and look at this. Immediately Queso peaks, but the answer isn't near to immediate. Now, oh, look at this. The rotation has pulled over with the majority over towards that A-bomb site, with Donut being under very heavy aggression. But Team Spirit is not looking to go to that part of the map. Now, smoke for the cross. Time to get on the side. But once again, they do it with very little time on the clock to work with. Not a... Well, there is technically a second smoke, but it was on the player that just fell. 4 seconds. They need to get the bomb plant, but there's no time. This is just too late.
That's got to have been a miscommunication there, or not looking at the time, because I think they definitely had the space to work with the plant. They had the utility. You said there was still a smoke. They had that smoke still available to them for a couple more seconds as well. They had the players to keep holding the other angle. Just didn't go for the bomb plant. And that one hurts a little. Losing to time is always a bit painful. But, you know, Fearless Cheetahs closing the gap. We said that maybe Team Spirit allowed to run away with themselves a little bit towards the beginning of this half. Closing that gap ever so slightly now. They've got some more time, even potentially to take the victory here. And with Vilga getting that opening pick, immediately traded, however, but Tati's so hot on their heels.
Great kill, looking for even more blood. And they know certainly that uulis is out here, but she is in a very heavily compromised position and all. Yeah, Tati just brings that one to a close there as well. 4 against 2, and, you know, Fearless Cheetahs is just going to continue to push.
It's incredible. They've taken so much space, and they're already running back over towards this A site, because it's been something I've seen Team Spirit do time and time again, is the moment that they back away, they don't linger around, they go directly to the next bomb site as well. Actually taking a little bit of a detour through mid here, but that is cut short by that Molotov, backing away, and their only option now, I say actually, playing with their food a little bit here, a little bit of back and forth, but still got presence all over the map. So this, I don't think, will be allowed to go very far. Chrissy's going to hear these footsteps, call this over, and Tati ready and waiting as well on the angle. Spots the first, not able to get the kill, but Chrissy peeks out. Both get a kill apiece, and that is a 4th round for Fearless Cheetahs.
It's a very good and strong setup here that Fearless Cheetahs is playing. They play continuously super aggressive towards Cave and Speedway. But yeah, I was wondering if uulis, she had that control eventually, but she should have been aware that villas, they often play with two players there. So she was probably maybe thinking that player retreated in towards the middle because they also didn't have mid control. But bit of a shame that that didn't quite work out, and that means it's pistols that will be taking it here up on that B bomb site. And look at the damage. And now the cleanup game can begin. 3 already down, 1 more low. And, well, that leaves just Averona standing.
As far as eco rounds, well, anti-eco rounds, sorry, go, this is about as good as it gets here. Still one person to take down, and as we know, Team Spirit have been a little bit tricky with these remaining players, but with nothing but a pistol in hands, and albeit not the most amazing of options as well, it will not be long until that 5th round lands solidly on the board there for them. That is exactly the sort of round that we need to see. Phyllis Cheetahs coming into their own a little bit here. We saw Team Spirit very, very fire heavy at the start. No need for them to warm up. Maybe took a little bit of time to get cooking here for Phyllis Cheetahs, but now that the gas is on, they seem to be firing away.
Continuously, Phyllis Cheetahs have that heavy mid focus, continuing to put that pressure on, but that leaves a large gap over towards that A-bomb site. Maybe this time about to be exploited. But not completely. You know, Team Spirit still making a lot of noise in that B-bomb site, and look at where all the CTs are on the map, and look where that bomb is heading.
They've just been awarded a fully empty bomb site. Now we can see people coming over towards Donut as well. Tenry going to be making sure that they don't get very far in that smoke, also blocking off any line of sight. The Molotov just to sort of hammer that one home. They're looking at maybe spamming, trying to stop the plant down, but decide to hold fire on that one. So much utility to defend this as well, and nothing to work for Fearless Cheetahs. They've got to do this. Oh, sorry, I stand corrected actually. A lot of pieces of utility for them to do this with, but they weren't expecting that. 2 cold kills from behind, and that is going to seal the deal. You can see them backing away already. That orb way too valuable to invest in a fruitless retake. Oh, actually,
gotta try and maybe do damage here for, you know, potential last round of the half that's coming up next. Fearless Cheetahs does have plenty of cash, and I think especially Vilga, she would only be investing into another rifle, so maybe doing at least some damage can make it a bit more tricky for Team Spirit, but I don't think it will necessarily be the case, and this was really nice. So even though Team Spirit have not really been going for mid, this time, once again, they left it as is. They know how Fearless plays by this time. And, you know, they took a completely different approach. They tried to bait them out. It worked. You know, and it only took a single cross smoke for Donut to, you know, guard those rotating players off. And you got one plant, and, yeah, the rest is history.
The bomb has taken more lives than some of the players have. I just want to point that out quickly. I do believe it's 4 kills that the bomb has got to its name and is highlighted in the kill feed. So, you know what I would love to see? I would love to see like a bomb kill tally at some point. Just like you know how there's like player slots and we can see all of like the stats for how many kills they've got and stuff. I would love to have like a player slot just for the bomb.
Yeah, this map in particular really delivers in that regard, but holy smokes, what is happening? The perfect flash from Keisu, and now 3 players have already lost their lives on Team Spirit, and we've seen countless of these scenarios where it's a near to impossible task, especially with the amount of control that Fearless Cheetahs are taking.
Look what that bomb's dropped as well. That's unrecoverable. There is a whole hive of CT players ready and waiting. It's fallen in the most annoying of places to try get. Now we can see Ronnie going a little bit for a peek at mid, trying to find something, but immediately shut down there. Victoria winning out the battle of the orbs. Going for a little bit of damage here as well, trying to clear the smoke, trying to weasel them out here. Tenry, really not much they can do. Another smoke, And that nade gonna be the final sort of bolt to hold this one down. And that is 6-6 half.
Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow, take it slow. That is hard to when you know you found the one. They say let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Better keep on running back to you for fun. 'Cause I see the look that's in your eye. And as hard as we try, we just can't hide it. Look a bit harder, and you'll see that our love comes back around. Stay a little longer, and you'll feel it coming. It's finally coming around. Let you know that without you I don't feel myself. I tried to let it go, let it go, let it go. But we know we don't want no one else. 'Cause I see the look that's in your eyes. And as hard as we try, we just can't fight it. Look a bit harder, and you'll see that our love comes back around. Stay a little longer, and you'll feel it coming. It's finally coming around. Look a bit harder, and you'll see that my love comes back around. Stay a little longer, and you'll feel it coming. It's finally coming around. Look a bit harder, and you'll see that my love comes back around. Stay a little longer, and you'll feel it coming. It's finally coming around. Yeah. Working my fingers down to the bone. I've been building my kingdom up on my own. Got a destiny, baby, and a set in stone. Look at me now, look at me now. Slaving away 8 days a week. I've been shaking all the leaves off the money tree. And I'm harder than a dealer on a winning streak. Look at me now, look at me now. Can I get a witness? Can I get an amen before I
6-6. It couldn't have been a more closer affair. After Team Spirit started to ramp up super early, Fearless Cheetahs have made a very good comeback, and now anything can still happen here in half number 2.
Now, 6 rounds is a wonderful scoreline to have if you are going onto the CT side, but these pistol runs, we talked about them, losing the CT pistol can hurt really badly. And Fearless Cheetahs, they are gearing up for this A side. Averona, so much to do here. They want to try hold back the flood. Gets a lot of tax, hasn't fallen just yet, takes another dink. And that's it, death by 1,000 paper cuts to Vilga there. But so much information and so much time bought for the rest of Spirit to rotate on over.
Oh, that's gotta sting even more. A molly right behind the smoke, and Victoria falls as well. It's just blood as blood. Oh, but it goes a bit back and forth, but how much more can Team Spirit do? There's no kits of time. It's going to be of the essence, and even with Tenriri finding one, she has to find 2 more in a matter of seconds, but these T players just keep her busy for the longest time. Oh, and Tati just finishes it off with a beautiful headshot. giving that pistol to Fearless Cheetahs.
I think that's 5 bomb kills now. Actually, this is actually making me miserable, but an incredible round there as well. Averona holding on for as long as possible. Unfortunately, Jammy, desperately in trying to dodge the flashes, is not able to see the footsteps and hear the footsteps coming. But beautifully played there. A lot of damage done from both sides, but unfortunately, Team Spirit will not be awarded anything going into this. Tati just going to hold down the trigger, and vilga as well with a 3k out of nowhere. Tati trying to find something, does a little bit, and vilga getting an assist on that as well. 3.5 kills in the round, and the team picking up the rest, albeit against an eco. But beautifully done and cementing their lead here.
Quick eco is a good eco.
Quick eco's a good eco. That's a life advice there, isn't it?
Yeah. But this next round is really where the pressure's at. 6 to 8. Tiny gap between the two teams. But Team Spirit now, 4 rivals and an MP9. Time to ramp it up. They too go for heavy mid-aggression. Only problem being, Fearless Cheetahs are not stopping to pick up that pace at all. Quickly going towards that A-bomb side. Veronica maybe has no choice but to give it up. Tempted to maybe give it a look in. Oh, but Sue is just quicker on the trigger.
Indeed. The fact they managed to get back into the temple there alive is impressive enough, but now smoked off. And with little utility to do it themselves, it's going to be a difficult retake. Nice kill through the smoke there, Tenry. But vilga holding onto this position. Has a little peek. That's a lot of information. This time we're already so low. Ooh, Sue with a load of kills there. 3 to their name. Done so much to stop any attempt at a bomb defuse coming on through. There might be a little bit of a tussle here as both of these teams run into each other. And it is, of course, Fearless Cheetahs coming out on top. A lot of damage from the bomb, but no further lives claimed. And that is 9-6. And that is a beautiful start. You said this is the first real round, first gun round of the half. And it's going to be Fearless Cheetahs taking it very convincingly.
Yeah, this aggression not expected to come out at all. And it forces the individual players to just go for a hero play in order to sort of hope to save the round. But in this case, it went from bad to worse because of it. And Team Spirit with that left empty-handed here once more. Just a couple of upgraded pistols. We'll go for a cheeky push down A here. Maybe can find something on their way out, but it looks like we have Sue as well, who's holding that.
Ooh. Sue, lovely opening pick, and so much space taken by vilga as well here. Over towards excavation. Ooh, not sure if that's where the nade was fully intended to land, but does clear out the angle either way. Damage done to uulis as well, and Tati holds down the trigger. So good with these multi-kills, and vilga, a little bit of backup from behind. What do you do if you Veronica hit? You just got to try save that P250. And even that's a luxury they might not be awarded. Does even get the opening couple of bullets there, the first couple of shots for free. But vilga is cool, calm, collected, and carefully puts them away.
Once again, a very important round here for Team Spirit. Very big AWP investment here for Veronica as well. And Veronica has had such a good performance last week and now has fallen a bit quiet. So I think now that they've switched into CT side, very important to see her start to ramp up with the AWP in hand, really shut these T players down. On the flip side, Victoria with her AWP gets taken out by Averona here, so immediate pressure is on, and especially vilga still being in such a tricky angle, gets spammed through the wood, and sure, Tati finds one follow-up, hopes to then solo attempt to open up this bomb site, knows there's still a couple of CTs roaming around, but what do? The bomb is not in your hands, but you kind of have the bomb site.
It's a weird one, is you've done half of the objective, but you've forgotten the most important. You've done steps 3, 4, 5, but you missed steps 1 and 2. And that bomb is so difficult to retrieve as well. Player disadvantage. Ooh, lovely flash. A kill from Sue. Gonna be very good in trying to retrace their steps and grab that bomb there. Like the flames obscuring the vision so much. They have managed to sneak it back, stole it from right under the noses of Team Spirit. But Jammy gonna make sure that they don't let it go any further than it already has, and it's just Xu left. Slowly creeping forward, but so many angles to clear and so many players left alive. Ooh, takes down Jammy, takes down Yuri as well. Now it's just Ronica on that orb. Has been a little bit quiet on this map. That bomb going to be allowed to go down as well. In a way, has to make a decision on where to watch here. Ronica gonna have to make a move in this orb, and technically the USPS, that's what they've chosen to switch to. So difficult, but spams away, doesn't quite get the kill just yet. Gonna go for the peek, gets the kill, and it is another incredible clutch here on Ancient, this time in the hands of Fearless Cheetahs, and at, of course, the hands of Xu.
We know she's so capable of a clutch, but now we see things shift completely here for Fearless Cheetahs. They've been having a bit of a struggle in the early stages of this season, and now are starting to come alive, and that on Ancient as well. A very good early sign, and especially with Team Spirit, who can't get it over the line time and time again here in this second half.
It's devastating. We saw a clutch like that come out from Team Spirit, of course. Wasn't it Jammy, I do believe it was, at the beginning of the map. Immediately turn the tides, and that's 11 Fearless Cheetahs. Nothing but pistols to try keep them off of map point.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Supported by Vilga. Tati even finds here another. I mean, surely this round, especially with all the smokes that are up, this is so difficult for the CTs to make something out of it. And at most you can just hope for a kill, but even then it's not going to do any economic damage. You might just want to see if you can hold onto the arm and upgrade a pistol.
Potentially lovely sort of kill odds of Vilga there, but that is all they wrote. Keeping 4 alive, even against an eco. Absolutely beautifully played, as you said. The wall of smokes covering the entire... Should I say blanket of smokes is what it felt like there. So much to do, so little to do it with. But full buy coming out here. Lots of utility and heavy weaponry. Ronica back on the AWP, but, you know, we saw that 34 ADR, just not enough here to try bring Team Spirit. We're going to need to see them come online and really put this AWP to good use if they want to keep this map going any longer. Of course, their map pick, Team Spirit.
Look at this. Early opening here up on that A-bomb side, and with just a single smoke to keep Averona at bay. She does deploy a bit of counter util, but it's not going to be enough to stop Vilga from creeping through this side, maybe even go and punish. If she decides to creep through that smoke in towards Donut, that could be such an unpleasant surprise, but she decides to go down even further. Maybe even into Red Room, potentially. Now, there is a player who's in towards Temple, so that play not quite accounted for just yet, but Vilga... Oh, she could really start to stir things up here. Look at this.
That's a spicy flank if ever I've seen one. So much to do. Has to be careful there, of course. Gonna be taken down. But on the other side of the bomb site, teammates already falling. Jammy, so much to do. A little bit of a smoke inconveniencing her, but managed to get away. Oh, they haven't noticed her. And look at that. Pops off. Teammates helping out as well, and they want to keep this map going. Just Chrissy left alive here. We talked about an absolutely incredible flank from Vilga, but it all amounts to nothing when Team Spirit come out swinging.
Bomb on the site. Cressy with 15 seconds on the clock to still make something out of it, but Yeah, everyone holding their angles tightly. And Spirit, with that, find that much-needed 7th round. First round here of the half. It needs to be the start of many more. Now, we were talking about Vilga having that amazing flying, but surely, you know, there were comms of her like, okay, I'm here, I got this control, I'm gonna ramp towards the B bomb site. But the rest of the team were being super passive. There was no reaction at the rest of the squad in order to support Vilga in that moment. So, you know, it was Vilga having to do everything by herself, while this very well could have been a team take then on towards that B bomb site. And I think it would have worked were it not that, yeah, things fell flat afterwards.
Averona, lovely flash there. And look, so many kills off the back of it. Vilga almost spotted them heading away, but they stave off this offensive a little bit longer. Vilga is going to be met with brute force here. uulis holding onto the angle. So little health as well, but gets the kill anyway. And look at that, they're crunching down on this site. Fortunately, Averona going to take Vilga down that low health and not able to carry her any further. And once again, it feels like the team just not necessarily working with her at all times here. Left out on an island again. But Chrissy stepping up. That'll be a bomb plant. Now Team Spirit, they have to go for this defuse if they want to keep Ancient rolling.
Oh, Victoria has a beautiful timing on Averona. Clears out Speedway and Ramp. But Jamie is already up on the side. Maybe can line them both up. Has a feeling, but no. It's Cressy that lands the final blow. Takes it over the line. And that is 13 for Fearless Cheetahs. They take away the map pick here of Team Spirit, who've had such a strong start. But after those 5 first rounds, it was just... oh, they couldn't quite get the same flow going again.
Absolutely. As we said, very, very, very